Yo, how's it going? So, here we are. Day, what is this, 4 maybe? Remember when I told you that some missions don't stack early and some do? So, we're going to do this summon. We're going to run a 10, hopefully grab a disruptor. Then we're going to level him up. Then we're going to do this right here. Right? Here's my problem. I had an accuracy gear, and I'm like, oh, I'll get that out of the way so I don't have to run that on stream. I'll just power it up. Didn't count. So I then had to spend some time farming another one that will make it to the requisite level of 9. Is 9, right? Okay, yeah, 9. So that we could then do this. How annoying. But I've done everything up to this one. This one is going to have to run, which is dumb. But, we're here. So, first things first, let's run us a 10. See what happens. There should be a disruptor in here, right? Disruptors are pretty common. Tank, nuker, and tank. Disruptor, I think. Core, tank, 4-star. What do we get? Ooh, he's good. He has some bizarre survivability rate, but he's not as good as he could be. He's not the mouse I wanted, anyway. What? Come here. Come here. I started recording, and so then you decided you wanted to come in here and yell at me for attention? Come here. You want us to get on camera? You want to get on camera? I will get you on camera. Otherwise, chill your butt. Silly cat. Alright, so we did get a disruptor. That's good. But every time I start a recording, I end up with a text message because I forget to turn my text messages off. What the heck, man? Alright, so we did that. Picked up these beans. Level up an Elamon. Doesn't really matter. It doesn't say disruptor, right? Just A. Yeah, so let's do that real quick. Yeah, he is a disruptor. Okay. He's also really good for a couple of things. Is there something else that I want, though? Nope. Oh, boy, that's so bad. Her. I thought I had more of the... I'm going to have to start farming for capsules. Okay, that's 20 times. Power up a gear. This is dumb. We have to sit here and look at it. I apologize. Hopefully it'll go into speed. Oh, look. HP. Boo. It's not a huge deal. I mean, it's not like we're going to keep this one for too long. It is only 3-star after all. Every now and again you'll get a 3-star that like a 3-star purple that'll roll 3 times into speed or 3 times into attack percent and high roll, and you're like, man, I'm going to take me forever to get rid of that. Okay. Disruptor Elamon to 50%. Okay. Oh, she is a disruptor. Interesting. Core, escape, disruptor, core, support. I have one somewhere that already is pretty close, right? So where was that disruptor that I had that's already on decent accuracy? Here he is. So now we're going to replace this one. Oops. Accuracy. We're going to give him that one because that'll basically do exactly what he needs to have. There we go. Clear B10. I did that. And it's a good thing, actually, that I did that because that resets in like 2 hours. Clear secret base 7, and now we got to do this one so that we can do this one. Fortunately, secret base 7. Wait, that did say secret base 7, right? Let's not... Yes, secret base 7, okay. Let's not do the wrong one and then find out we did the wrong one, right? Alright, we're going to grab somebody. We're going to do the same thing we did the other day. We're going to grab some partnered Pokemon, not Pokemon, Parkermons, and we're going to hopefully run through this pretty quick. because nobody really wants to watch farming happen. And then maybe we'll look at, we'll do our Twilight Summon and see if we get anything good. And then maybe we'll look at Guild Summon? Guild battles, maybe? Because I did join a guild for one of the missions. We won't really be able to do much guild-wise, because we don't have much, you know? But, might be worth a try. Could be very interesting. I love these little vanilla cream wafers, you know? They're so tasty. Remind me of being a kid. These, though, I'm not a huge fan of, because their flavor is not super vanilla-y, this company, which is sad. Because, you know, you really want... Oh, look, he inflicted a bomb. Because, I mean, what you want is like a real kind of vanilla-y flavor. And they're really not a vanilla-y flavor. They're kind of just there. Which is a little sad, I guess. But that's okay. We had what we like call in the house scrounging for dinner tonight. Which means you go in the kitchen and you make something of your own that out of what's there. And try not to dirty any dishes. And so I ended up with I hesitate to call it a Mediterranean dinner because it's not, but it is. I had a very French meal of just fruit and cheese, and then I was still kind of hungry, so I made a salsa and sour cream dip and ate it with some chips, and now I'm very full. I'm gonna drink my homie. I don't understand why Coca-Cola, or how, because it was in the 90s, I think, when they first started putting names on drinks, and now they've just started putting, like, buddy, pal, compadre. It reminds me of, what is that Will Ferrell movie? I'm not your buddy, pal. I'm not your pal, compadre. I'm not your dude, man, friend. I'm not your friend, man. You know? What is that movie? It's not Ricky Bobby. What is that? You know what? I got the Googles. Let's Google it real quick. As I lose my headset. I don't really need the second ear in, but... I'm not your buddy, guy. Oh, no. It's... Oh, it's South Park. I thought it was a Will Ferrell film. My bad. Huh, look at that. Well. Oh, did we finish our 5 runs? We did. Did we get enough greens? We did not. This is the annoying part. Sure, get that. Sure, get that. We're not going to do much with it, but... I mean, how many greens do we need? 4, 5, 12? 5. Ugh. And it has to be on normal. Excuse me. You know what? Let's just do something more fun. Oh, I can't. Oh, right. I haven't done my placement. Okay. Placement is important. Got to do the placement. So she... lowers damage everybody takes, and she does defense down, provoke, and stun. And she has an HP lead. She does healing over time and shields. Healing over time is really good because it's like 10% or 15%, I think, and you can stack it. Nullify and HP recovery. And then, so she supports that, she supports her, and whoever's there, so I need a damage dealer in there. So if I set them all to green, all to tree, clearly we're going to have some problems, right? But I ain't got much else. So I think I'm going to set this one to that. Use her as a damage dealer. Maybe she'll take them by surprise. doubt she will, but maybe. And then on this one, we'll do... He's a tank. And then her to support. Yeah. So now I can't actually compete in this fight, unfortunately, because I have to wait until the next airship because I hadn't had a defense placed. That was my bad. Whoops. Well, I guess we're not going to do that. Let's look at this a little bit. Wait, no, it's not. I really want to do that. Let's get those 5 greens because I really want to do that light dark summon, the LD summon. Which I know is boring for you guys and annoying, but what can I say? Except you're welcome. Oh man, he did not do as much damage on his AoE attack as I thought he would. This dude, he's trying real hard. So that cake does 2,000% of his attack damage as damage, but it's spread over the number of targets. So right now it would do, 500 to each, because 2,000 divided by 4. And now it would just do 2,000% of his damage to him. So it's really good against bosses. It's really good against, like, a lot of interesting things. It actually works really well in arena offense and in guild content if you can stack him with somebody else, because he takes way less damage when he's in his cake form. I don't know what else to call it. And so you could set him and the green mercenary mother, for example, who lowers the damage everybody takes in your party, and so he'll survive super long. And if you have another decent support plus another decent attacker, you might be able to, or another decent attacker, you can keep him alive long enough to just blow everybody up. Or you can snipe out 1 or 2 people with your other attacker if you have 4 instead of 3, like in arena. And then he does heavy AoE to everything else, you know. It's not foolproof, and it takes a lot to set it up, unfortunately. Simply because, boom, he has no gear on, by the way. That's why he did only 800 damage there, because he has no gear on. We can actually fix that. Where is he? Oh, he's right there. Duh. I don't think he needs accuracy for anything, right? Oh, no, because this one does bomb, right? Yeah. He needs accuracy for defense down and bomb here. Accuracy for stun there. But he basically just needs... Oh, they lowered it a little bit, I guess. It's 1,200% attack, not 2,000. My bad. Either way, it's a ridiculous amount of attack. And you notice while waiting to detonate, you don't get to counterattack, you don't get to co-op, so counterattack is useless on this. But being attacked reduces his cooldowns by 1 turn, and there's a 70% chance to glance. So he takes a lot less damage when he is doing that. So I do not need accuracy, really. What I kind of want is attack, crit damage, attack. How many echo gears do I have that are decent? 2, exactly. Attack and the crit rate. Okay. I don't think Echo's good on him, because it's good for skills 1 and 2, but what you're really trying to do is get his skill 3 down the most, right? And Echo doubles your, like, adds an extra attack into one of your attacks. I don't think it is going to put down a second cake. I could be very wrong on that, but I don't think it will. I've only got 2 refresh gears that aren't equipped to somebody. This dude's got too many on, but that's okay. Let's look at Fatal real quick. Got a bunch of 2-star Fatal gear. I will eventually come through here and sell everything that's not actually decent, like this. Why do I have that? No, go away. It's a flat when it's on a part that should be not flat, you know. I'm using her, so I don't want to pull it off of her. Okay, let's see. Let's just try Swift, maybe? Do I have a decent Swift somewhere? If I do that, and then I'd have to pull off somebody else. And those are all people I'm using, except for him. I'm not really using him. Okay, so then let's do this. Since that's clearly not going to work for us, let's look and just see if we can get the stats, right? Since forcing sets doesn't seem like it's going to help much. Let's do speed and crit damage off of that. Now in this one I would really like attack percent. And so I can leave this one here, even though I'm never going to complete that, and just do a broken offset. But yeah, that's actually probably the best plan. Defense and speed, if it rolls into speed, here we go. Crit rate, crit damage, both of those are important. What do we got here? Crit rate, HP, attack percent with speed and crit rate. Speed and defense. I think I want crit rate. I want him. I'm going to go ahead and take the crit rate. I want him to hit super hard. You know, I want him to crit, especially with that skill 3. This one doesn't matter. It's no good because he doesn't attack back. And I can't fulfill that power set. Ooh, that's not good. Okay, that will fulfill that. That's an 8% attack at least. And then on this last one, I can fill the power set, but not with anything that's worth a diggity daffodil. So it's going to be broken. And of course he is baby mode at the mo. Okay, how many greens did we get? 2 greens, okay. And I needed 5, and so that brings me to 3. So we're going to do it one more time, because we should get it. And it's dumb, but, you know, it's what we got to do. We'll go back in and we'll do some upgrades for him. There it is. So, let's see. This one's attack. It's the most important one to go up. Hoping it lands in HP or resistance on this one, surprisingly. Simply because I don't want his skill 3 attack to get interrupted. That's why I want it in this. Or HP percent, not flat HP. Which of course it rolled into flat HP because it's the one you don't want. A lot of times you don't really want resistance. Because you pick it up. Like if you're rolling into something, you don't need a whole heck of a lot. For most like PvE stuff. You do need it for a lot of like PvP stuff sometimes, but most of the time you're just looking for speeds and attacks to get it over with rather than resistance to try to tank what they're doing. Okay, got an attack percent. I would really love an HP percent, a speed, or either of the crit rate or damage on the next 2. I also would like it to just hurry up and do it. I really miss the 1-button go, you know, the 1-button update. Hey, crit damage, nice. Can we get a crit rate or a speed on 15? It's gonna not go, so fuck it. Oh, now it goes. Okay, well that's fine. Doesn't matter a whole lot. This one, actually, any of these would be good. These 2 would be best. This one would be okay. Not the best. He's not a defense unit, but a little bit of more survivability is always helpful. Typically, defense is your least used survivability stat. HP is the one you really want, because they cannot debuff your HP without doing damage, right? And defense, you can ignore defense, you can debuff defense, so on and so forth. Did the combat stop? No, okay. Sounded like I sounded like the combat had stopped. Maybe I'm just crazy. It's possible. Lord knows I'm not the smartest man in the box. Alright, crit damage. Crit rate would be nice as well. Just to get that as high as we can. Again, we don't have... Okay, 2 crit... I'll take a 20% crit damage, 19% crit damage. So we're critting with him about half the time, and we're doing not quite double damage. Not horrible. Not great, but not horrible. But now we've got 500 attack, roughly, a little less than. And so if we're doing 1200% of that, that's 12 times, 13 times, right? Because it's base plus. So 1200%, then an additional 85%. So if it's, let's go grab the calculator. Helps if I type, of course, 500 times, and I want times 13, right? And then times 1.85. So that would be 12,000 damage before defense calculations, roughly, on a crit with his skill 3. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. Now, it's not gonna happen most of the time because you've got defense and you got all those other things that go into the calculation, but it would be fun to see, right? I'm tempted to take him somewhere as solo and just hit that and see if he can do it, you know, on a low level, just to see what the calculations look like. Because he's 16, so I could take him on like that Arcade Town normal 3 or something and drop the cake down and see what happens. Because he'd have the cake for every wave because his cooldowns go down. Alright, I need 2 greens. Really? Really? It was 2 I needed, right? Of course it was. You daffy son of a gun. Oh, we did get these. We hit 1,000 points, so we got those summons there, which is nice. And again, I would just pull this, but I have to complete and claim this before I can do that. So stupid. And I can't just do this right now, even though I have all those. I can do this one. 4 Elemons level 40 or higher. Okay. I got 1, 2, 3 at level 40. So I need 1 more level 40. So if I put that in there and I grab some of these guys, can I get to 40 real quick? I mean, eventually they'll all be 60, right? Oh, I meant to print off a checklist. I wonder if anybody's done a copy-paste checklist for this game, where you can, you know what? I have a stupid idea, right? I want to see if this boy can actually make the kaboom boom. So I'm going to grab somebody that's like level 1 and toss him in here. We'll hit 5 times. If we fail, then we'll, you know, bail out and use a partner. But I really want to see him hit the cake. I want to see how much damage it does. And I really hope it crits, but why is he not? Oh, I also need to set his intelligence. Duh. Because he should have just gone ahead and done skill 3 there, but that's okay. There we go. Skill 3. Let's see how much damage it does when it gets back to his turn. Also, I think the red one... Yeah, the red one does a boost, if I'm not mistaken. Look at that. 3 grand without a crit to both. Right? So that's 6,000 before the crit. So yeah, I was pretty close with my 12,000 guesstimate there. Because I used a little bit higher. I used 500 instead of the 470, whatever it is, and so on and so forth. So yeah, pre-crit, that's a good hit. Nice. Okay, so now it's very annoyingly going to be doing this. I'm going to take it off repeat, and we're just going to see if we get lucky. Okay, now it has defense down. Wait, don't kill it. Ah! I was hoping we could see with the defense down the skill 3 there, but he's going to die before we do, right? There's that defense down. Come on. Your skill 3 is not up, though, I'm sure. Oop. Detonator. Does that? I wonder, does detonator, which is his skill 2, does it detonate bombs too? Because I know it sets bombs, and now he's going to go kaboom here in a second. Boom. Nice. It does about 300%, that bomb does. Okay, give me a green so we can stop having to do this, because I hate recording farming bits like this. A Dark Wisp, of course. Does detonator... Nope, it just inflicts. It doesn't make it explode. Okay. Do 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 do. Sure, take the monk. Why not? So anyway, yeah. I feel bad because this is just goofy, but okay. Whatever. I told you guys at the beginning of the first episode, like, I don't know how long we're going to do this. I don't know how we're going to do it. We're just going to do it and see what happens. So, oh, nice. So this is just kind of what we're doing. And if you don't like it, that's okay. You don't have to. And if you just like listening to me prattle on by putting me in the background and listen to me while you're drawing on your art tablet or whatever, looking at you, Piper. Also awesome. Happy for that one, you know? It's literally just kind of a, I don't know what's going on half the time. I chose kind of at random 6:30 Central for updates here. For uploads, I mean. Mainly because that's when I finished recording the first episode, so I just uploaded it then, and that's when I finished recording it. And so that's just the time I chose. Is it a good time to upload? Not a clue. Is there somebody out there who's done the metrics and the thought processes and looked at how people watch YouTube and what's the best time to upload onto YouTube? I guarantee someone has. Have I gone looking for it? No. Am I going to? Probably not. Again, just super curious, you know? Let's see. Well, you know what? While we're doing this, let's do a rundown of the units, right? So Mercenary Mother, we've already talked about. Super great support unit. It says Tank and Disruptor. It's a Disruptor because stun, defense down, provoke. But it's really a support in the because it reduces the damage that your allies take, and she takes way less damage. So yeah, she's absolutely a tank. This dude, super fun, super good, 4-star just for blowing stuff up. Is he the best unit in a lot of instances? No, but when you find a good place for him, he shines real well, you know. And he's just a lot of fun. And right now, he's giving everybody an 8% attack boost, which is nice because of that gear set. This guy, good damage, works. He does stun. He does damage over turn. He has a 20% chance to just ignore an attack. And once on his off turn, once between his turns, he can ignore death. And when he does either evade or ignore death, his action bar increases by 50%, which makes it, if you get him good and speedy, like if you get his speed real high, then he'll never die because he will always have a turn immediately after he evades a lethal attack. It is hard to do in PvP. Do not rely on it in PvP. It's not as hard to do in PvE, but again, that's a, whoops. Again, that's a high gamble, right? You're doing that when you're like, well, I know I can outspeed this guy by 2 times, and so this one should never die, so I can almost guarantee the survival there. Does not guarantee the kill, though, right? This guy, I think we talked about him before, love him to death. The Man at Legs passive. He extends attack and defense down buffs when he hits with skill 1 for attack and skill 2 for defense. Breaks. Fantastic unit. I use him a lot on my main account. He's in a lot of my single target teams. He's in my Death Lab team. He's in a couple of my Abyss. What is it called? Not Abyss, is it? Might be Abyss. The Garbage Jungle, the Sea of whatever, those teams. With the Spreader, the Shielder, and the other one. And he's in a couple of my... He's in my Water and I think my Tree Mental Fortress team as well. This guy, similar deal, man. Only instead of... He gets Burrow, which removes his buffs, and he recovers 30% of his turn for two turns. And during that time, he can't be targeted, but he can only use it, he only gets those benefits if he's burrowed, and he only gets burrow if he is not alone on his team. But he also does attack break on skill 1. His skill 3 removes stun, freeze, petrify, I think. Any of the inability debuffs that are not like the ones of them, the bosses that are strictly cannot come off. And he gives defense up and healing over time, which is fantastic. This guy is super good in block teams. So every time they reset. So his skill, So his skill 1 attacks twice and applies defense down. His skill 2 attacks 3 times, removes 1 buff, applies defense down, applies speed down. Fantastic. And then his passive applies 2 turns of block, which means that when they try to gain a buff, they just can't gain buffs. That's what block does. And he has a if somebody hits him with like a multi-hit thing, he counterattacks with his skill 2, and he reduces all of his durations, which is great. Oh, we're done. Let's see. How many greens? Come on, give me 2 more greens. Thank you. 3 more greens. Perfect. Even though they're all getting sold soon. Back. Oops, I meant to hit return, not back. There we go. Claim that. All right. Now we can do our light dark summon to end the vid. And then we're going to do a bunch more farming before the next vid. So, also let's look at we just got a 4-star, so we're only up by 0.1% on our 4-star. But we're at 30 out of 200, so we went from 0.5 up to 0.53, which is nice. And granted, it's not the best, I agree. But it is going up slowly, so we will see that number rise. Alright, so we were going to do this one. Should we do a 10 pull first? I kind of want to wait though, right? Because we're waiting on sometime in the next 10 days we should be getting the new units. So let's wait for those. Let's do this though, because it is our mission and we need it. And we got yellow on the first... So, we got yellow on our first ever pull on this account, Light Dark. Amazing. We pulled a unit that I have pulled 6 of. No lie, 6 of. This is the 6th across my Light Dark only account, my main account, which has pulled 4 of them, I think. No, 3 of them. And this account. He's a good unit. He gets a crit rate for light. He does damage over turn skill 1 that ignores buffs, which is amazing. He does damage overturn. Nope, he does blind on skill 2 and cooldown reduction for this skill on skill 2 if they're hitting somebody who has DOT. And he does a 3-hit counterattack on skill 3, which is a passive. And that each one of those can apply DOT. He is a fantastic unit. Super good. There's a lot of fun DOT team builds you can do with him. I just think it's funny that I have, once again, my first pull on my Light Dark account was Dark Occult Girl. My first pull on this account, which is also a 4-star. My first pull on this account is Light Annihilator, which is a 4-star. My first pull on my main account was Light Annihilator, which is the 4-star. I got stupid lucky, but it's also very funny that it's twice been this dude. I think he follows me. Well, he's going to get some use, you guys. So we're going to work on building him, and we're going to have ourselves... Oh, hang on. Oh, do we do it? Do we do it or do we wait? Do we do it? You know what? That's you. Now it's blue. That's fine. There's a lot of really good Light Dark 3-stars. And that's one of them. This dude gains speed boosts for every buff he has. And he grants himself speed up. Both of his attacks, his skill 1 does damage based on speed. Both of them do damage based on speed. And his first skill 1 does speed down on the enemy, which is great. And his second one ignores enemy defense and does damage based on speed. So he does Big Boom skill 2, and the more you buff him, the faster he gets. That's fantastic. So we got 2 real good Light Dark units right there. Go us. Time to go build, time to do a lot more farming, and hopefully you'll see me tomorrow. Bye, guys.